सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं नमस्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः। Vichara Sagara, page 208 in Sanskrit version, topic 327, second line. कारण सहित कार्य विनाश रूप आत्यंतिक निवृत्तिः स्वप्नस्य जाग्रदवस्थायां ब्रह्मज्ञानमन्तरा न संभवति परन्तु दण्डप्रहारेण यथा घटस्य मृत्तिकायां लयो भवति तथा स्वप्नहेतुभूतनिद्रारूपदोषनाशाद्वा स्वप्नविरोधी जागृतवस्थोत्पत्त्य वा अविद्यायां लयरूपा निवृत्तिः स्वप्नस्य ब्रह्मज्ञानं विना अपि संभवेत्। We are seeing a technical portion in this topic where there are three orders of reality: Trividha Satta Vada, and there are some acharyas talk about Dvividha Satta Vada. Vada means argument. Satta means existence, realities. Trividha means three, Dvividha means two. Trividha Satta Vada means TSV. Trividha means T, English T, letter. Vada means V stands for that. Trividha Satta means S, letter. TSV means Trividha Satta Vada. What are the Trividha Satta? Paramarthika Satyam 1, Vyavaharika Satyam 2, and Pratibhasika Satyam. Paramarthika Satyam means absolute reality. Vyavaharika Satyam means empirical reality. Pratibhasika Satyam means projected reality or subjective reality. But if you take Dvividha Sattavada, Vyavaharika also included in Pratibhasika only. Vyavaharika is also included in Pratibhasikam only. There is no much difference. The difference is not there, therefore Pratibhasika Satyam only. That means there are only two orders of reality. What are those two orders of reality? Absolute reality, Paramarthika Satyam, and Pratibhasika Satyam. This is one group, Dvividha Sattavada. So Trividha Sattavada, Dvividha Sattavada is one part of discussion. And another part of discussion is Srishti Drishtivada and Drishti Srishtivada. That words also we have already seen in 4th chapter. Now here two questions asked by the Purvapakshi. For those questions, Nischaladasa is answering. In 325, those questions are raised. That questions are being answered in these topics 327 and 328. We are seeing the 327 topic. So what Purvapakshi says, we have to understand Jagrat and Swapna, they have different Upadana Karanam and same Adhisthana Karanam. Adhisthana, it's not a Karanam, Adhisthana. Swapna and Jagrat are discussed here. We have to remove that Upadana Karanam. Upadana Karana Bheda is there in Jagrat and Swapna. What are those differences? First Prakriya, that is Jagrat and Swapna, what is their Upadanam? Upadana means that which provides Nama Rupa is called Upadanam. Nama Rupa provider is called Upadanam or material cause. And existence provider is called Adhisthana. The provider of existence is known as Adhisthana. The provider of Nama Rupa for an object is known as Upadanam. So Swapna has got Upadanam, that is mind is the Upadanam. Upadanam is mind for Swapna in dream. Swapna Adhishtanam is the mind enclosed consciousness. Mind enclosed consciousness is called Sakshi, is the Swapna Adhishtanam. This is the one group. Swapna Upadanam, the mind. Swapna Adhishtanam, the Sakshi Chaitanyam. What type of Sakshi Chaitanyam? Mind Avachinna. That Sakshi Chaitanyam which is enclosed in the mind. That is the Upadana. That is the Adhishtanam. This is the conventional answer. Then the revised answer is for this Drishti Srishtivada. The revised answer for the Drishti Srishtivada is given. Maya or Mula Vidya is the Upadanam of Swapna. Maya or Mula Vidya is the Upadanam of for Swapna. So in the first version, that is mind is the Upadana. But in Drishti Srishtivada, in Srishti Drishtivada, mind is the Upadanam. In the Drishti Srishtivada, Mula Vidya is the Upadanam, the provider of Nama Rupa. That is for Swapna. Then what is the Adhishtanam in revised Prakriya for Drishti Srishtivada? Brahma Chaitanyam, Maya Avachinna Brahma Chaitanyam. Previously, mind Avachinna Chaitanyam, Sakshi Chaitanyam we said. But in revised Drishti Srishtivada, Maya Avachinna Chaitanyam Brahma is the Adhishtanam of Swapna. So the two views are there. How to differentiate the Swapna and Jagrata? In this paragraph we have seen. The coming paragraph also going to come that. So Maya avachinna chaitanyam, that is Brahma chaitanyam, is the adhishtanam. Adhishtanam means substratum. Just like rope is the adhishtanam, substratum of rope snake. So therefore, yatra yatra mithya, when we talk about mithya, tatra tatra upadanam and adhishtanam vaktavyam. Yatra yatra mithya vaktavyam, tatra tatra upadanam adhishtanam api vaktavyam. So paramarthika will be intact. That paramarthika adhishtanam is intact, it is not changing. But upadanam of pratibhasikam and vyavaharikam is changing. Upadanam of and pratibhasikam or vyavaharikam and pratibhasikam are the same, but paramarthikam is intact. Same means that upadanam is changing. Adhishtanam is same. Adhishtanam is intact means what? In vyavaharikam also sakshi chaitanyam. In pratibhasikam also chaitanyam only, but avachinnam, enclosure is different. Enclosure is different. Upadana adhishtana bheda we have given for satta bheda. Satta bheda, vyavaharika satta, pratibhasika satta, to differentiate, to present distinctly. That upadanam adhishtana bheda we have given. Adhishtana bheda means enclosure bheda, not chaitanyam bheda. One is maya avachinna chaitanyam, another is mind avachinna chaitanyam. In swapna it is mind avachinna chaitanyam. In drishti srishtivada maya avachinna chaitanyam. That is the difference. You cannot use in drishti srishtivada, you cannot use sakshi chaitanyam as adhishtanam. You have to use maya avachinna chaitanyam. That it is, if it is adhishtana, if it is sakshi avachinna chaitanyam, then what will happen? Adhisthana jnanam alone removes the swapna, elimination of swapna, dream. Elimination of dream, how it can happen is the question. Elimination of dream, how it can happen? Without Brahma Jnanam also, swapna can be eliminated, is the answer. Purva Pakshi is asking, if Brahman is the adhishtanam for swapna, then Brahma Jnanam only eliminates the dream. Therefore, without Brahma Jnanam, swapna cannot be eliminated, was the question. In 325 he asked. But here Nishradasa says, without Brahma Jnanam also, swapna can be eliminated or removed. Because the elimination is of two types. That is given in this paragraph. Removal is of two types. One is layarupa apekshika nivrittihi. Nivrittihi means elimination or removal. Layarupa apekshika nivrittihi. Second elimination is badha rupa atyantika nivrittihi. Apekshika means temporary elimination. Atyantika means permanent elimination. Apekshika means temporary elimination. Temporary elimination means when you wake up, your dream will go away temporarily. Again you go to sleep, again dream comes. That is called apekshika nivritti. Atyantika nivritti is known as badha rupa nivritti. This badha means not Tamil word badha or Telugu word badha, means pain. Here, badha means a technical word. In universities, they used the word for badha, sublation. Sublation is the word, technical word used for badha. Badha in English, Sanskrit. Badha is possible only for mithyatva nischayam. Badha word you can use only in the case of mithyatva nischayam. So the layarupa nivritti take place without adhisthana jnanam. Every one of us wake up, dream goes away. With Brahma Jnanam, dream is not going, eliminated by Brahman knowledge. Every one of us wake up and that dream goes away. Therefore, both Jagrat and Swapna have Layarupa Nivrittihi. So Jagrat Prapancha displaced by Swapna. When you go to dream, no Jagrat Prapancha available. Jagrat Prapancha means what? Waking world. Jagrat Prapancha displaced by the sleep. When you go to sleep, Jagrat Prapancha is not available. Then Jagrat Prapancha is displaced by in Marana Kala also. At the time of death, you don't experience the Jagrat Prapancha, waking world. In Pralaya Kala also, you don't experience the Jagrat Prapancha. So Jagrat Prapancha displaced by Marana Kala, Jagrat Prapancha is displaced by Pralaya Kala. So Laya Rupa Apekshika Nivritti. Pralaya comes and again Srishti comes later. Again Jiva born next after Maranam, again Punarjanma. So that is called Apekshika. So Swapnasya Badharupa Nivrittihi take place when. So Badharupa Nivritti means elimination, Atyantika Nivrittihi. In that, Adhyasa is existence, Adhyasasya, so that is Satta. Adhyasasya Satta, the existence of that superimposition is taken and given to Brahman. What is the real Satta existentiality? Belongs to whom? Brahman only. So Adhyasasya, superimposition. So snake is superimposed upon the rope. Rope snake existence given to the rope. Like that, Adhyasasya, superimposition of this Nama Rupa Prapancha is given to Brahman. The existence of superimposition given to the Brahman. So Brahman only a real existent principle. Whatever you superimpose is a borrowed existence. So Badha is possible only in Mithya. Rope snake is Mithya. That is called Badha. Similarly, the world Nama Rupa Prapancha is also Mithya. In Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Sloka, Shankaracharya used the word Upamardhanam. Upamruditam. Upamardhanam means Badha ityartha. There, Acharya gives that Jagrat Prapancha, the entire Satta, transference of that Adhishtanam from world to Brahman. World Satta is not there, it is a borrowed Satta. Therefore, it is really belongs to the Brahman. So, highly terse portion, but where you get clarity, nishtha, because of these points only. So, sublation badha is for Jivan Mukta Jnani, Jagrat Prapancha Anubhava Asti. Even for a Jnani also, जीवन्मुक्त ज्ञानी जागृत प्रपंच अनुभवः अस्ति. That's why gurus are all jnanis teaching Jagrat Prapancha, they experience. But what is not there for a Brahma Jnani, Jivan Mukta? व्यावहारिक प्रपंचस्य जागृत प्रपंचस्य सत्ता नास्ति, स्वतंत्र सत्ता नास्ति इति जीवन मुक्तः जानाति. Even in spite of the anubhava of this Jagrat Prapancha, after knowledge, the world appears as it is, no change in that. But what is the change in their cognition? The appearing world doesn't have its own satta, satta nasti. That is why Tyagaraja sang Satta Matra Ma Chalanam Mitini. My favorite sentence in Tyagaraja Kirtana. Satta Matrama, only that Satta, that is Brahman. Satta and Brahman are not different. Brahman alone is existence, existence alone is Brahman. Satta Matrama, Tyagaraja recognized. So, what is this? Look into the paragraph. This is the background, what we saw 15 days before. Therefore, I have taken long revision. Karana Sahita Karya Vinasha. Vinasha is of two types. One type of Vinasha, Nivritti, Vinasha or Nivritti is Karya Karana Sahita Karya Vinasha. Rupa Atyantika Nivrittihi Badha Rupa Nivrittihi. That is Atyantika Nivrittihi. Permanent elimination. How? Swapnasya Jagradavasthayam. The dream and waking world, Brahmajnanam antarana sambhavati. Without Brahmajnanam, you cannot do Atyantika Nivritti of Jagrat and Swapna. Once you go to dream, Jagrata doesn't appear. Once you come to Jagrata, Swapna doesn't appear. But that disappearance is only temporary. But when you can say Jagrata is Mithya, Swapna is Mithya, only after Brahma Jnana. That is called Atyantika Nivritti, one type of Nivritti. Then second type of Nivritti is Parantu Danda Praharena Yatha Ghatasya Mrittikayam Layo Bhavati. Once you break the pot with the help of stick, Danda means a stick. Danda Praharena, by hitting, Prahara means hitting. Hitting what? The ghata, the pot. With what? Stick. Danda Prahara means by hitting the pot with a stick, then that potness will go away. What remains? Clay only remains. Mrittikayam layo bhavati. The pot dissolve into what? Clay. Mrittika means clay. Pot dissolve into the clay. There, full stop is there. You can remove that full stop. Tadha. Yatha and Tadha correlative. That's why that full stop is not required. Just as the pot resolve into clay by just breaking the pot, similarly, Tadha. Swapna hetu bhuta nidra rupa dosha nashadva. What is the cause for the arrival of dream? What is the corridor? Corridor for dream? Nidra. Nidra is the defect or dosha. Nidra is the hetu, is the cause for the arrival of swapna. Tadha swapna hetu bhuta. What is the cause for swapna? Swapna hetu bhuta means the cause of that swapna, the dream, it is nidra rupa dosha. That is nidra, sleep. When you go to sleep only, you get a dream. In waking state, you don't get dream. Daydreaming is not a dream. Just we call it as daydreaming. But here, Nidra dosha, unless you go to sleep, you won't get dream. Therefore, Nidra Rupa dosha, you can nashadva, you can eliminate. Nasha means here waking up. How you remove the swapna dosha, that is Nidra? By waking up. So waking up from sleep. Nidra Rupa Dosha Nasha Dva means by waking up from the sleep. Swapna Virodhi Jagradavastha Utpatya. You have to generate, as though generation. What? What is the deadly against to Swapna? Nidra is the friendly to Swapna. If Swapna, enemy, who is the enemy? Waking state. Jagrat avastha utpatti. That means waking up. Jagrat, Swapna Virodhi Jagrat avastha. Jagrat avastha, waking state, is the enemy of the dream state. Correct? Waking state is the enemy of dream state, means when you wake up, dream doesn't exist. It will be eliminated. Utpatya va. Or one is Nidra dosha nashadva. That sleep you can remove, or you wake up avidyayam layarupa nivrittihi. That avidya, waking up to the waking state, which is opposite to the dream. Layarupa nivrittihi. Avidyayam layarupa nivrittihi. Avidya means in karana shariram. Avidyayam layarupa nivrittihi. The removal of that resolution of that karana shariram. So you go into karana shariram means you go into nidra nartham. That nivritti स्वप्नस्य ब्रह्मज्ञानं विना अपि संभवेत्. You don't require ब्रह्मज्ञानं for that. अविद्यायां लयरूपा निवृत्तिः स्वप्नस्य ब्रह्मज्ञानं विना संभवेत्. That is possible without ब्रह्मज्ञानं. Just by waking up to your waking state, avastha, you can eliminate the swapna. For that, Brahmajnanam is not required. Next topic. Up to here we saw in the last class. Now we are entering the topic number 328. So, resolution of ignorance. So, avidyayam laya rupa nivrittihi means a resolution of ignorance. So, vyavaharika is janyam. Vyavaharika avastha, that means waking state, waking world is janyam, born. Pratibhasikam also, projected reality, dream is also janyam, is born. What is not born? Paramarthika satyam is ajanyam. Brahman is ajanyam, birthless. So what? Nidra and Swapna have beginning and end. That is going to come in the next paragraph. दोषांतरा सहकृत अविद्या मात्रजन्यं व्यावहारिकं. दोषांतर सहकृत विद्याजन्यं प्रातिभासिकमिति द्वितीय शंका समाधानम. द्वितीय शंका, the second objection raised by the Purvapakshi. The distinction between vyavaharikam and pratibhasikam. What is the difference between waking state and dream state? Waking state is called vyavaharikam, dream state is called pratibhasikam. What is the difference? Are they two or are they one? Are they are one or two? Two different things, avasthas, or one avastha only? In Trividha Satta Vada, Trividha Satta means higher order of reality. Paramarthika Satyam, Vyavaharika Satyam, Pratibhasika Satyam is called Trividha Satta Vada. In that Trividha Satta Vada, T, S, V, one is Vyavaharikam, another is Pratibhasikam. Two differences are there in Trividha Satta. That is said here, Dosha Antara Sahakrita. Dosha means here Nidra. Nidra. Antara means without. Sahakrita, without the defect of sleep. Avidya matrajanyam, that which is born out of only avidya, ignorance. That is called vyavaharikam. The definition of vyavaharikam. We just always call vyavaharikam, waking state experience. What do you mean by vyavaharikam? Nischala gives just one lakshanam of vyavaharikam. You don't find anywhere like this. This is the unique Vichara Sagara. He says vyavaharikam. Jagrata avastha, when you are doing vyavahara, it is called vyavaharikam. Now the class is going on, you are listening, I am talking. It is called vyavaharikam. I do vyavahara of talking, you do the vyavahara of listening. Or you are interacting with the world in day-to-day routine, is called vyavaharikam. When you do interaction with the sense organs and the objects, sense objects, it is called vyavaharikam. Simple translation. Okay, what do you mean by that vyavaharikam? Exactly what is happening there? That is, lakshanam is given here. Nidra, without the nidra dosha, antara, without asahakrita, avidya matrajanyam, vyavaharikam is born out of. The empirical reality is generated by the avidya only. Mula vidya, maya. It is generated by mula vidya or maya is called vyavaharikam. Then what is pratibhasikam? Pratibhasikam is that doshantara sahakrita avidyajanyam. Pratibhasikam is swapna. Swapna is that born out of dosha, that is nidra dosha. Doshantara sahakrita. Sahakrita means along with. Previous asahakrita. Doshantara asahakrita. There dirgham is there, doshantara. They have to split doshantara plus asahakrita. In the first vyavaharika case. In pratibhasika, with regard to pratibhasika, nidra dosha is there. In jagrata, there is no nidra dosha. Since nidra dosha is not there, only avidya is there. That is called vyavaharika. Here, dosha is there. In swapna, pratibhasikam is that which is having nidra dosha, sahakrita avidya. That avidya, previous one, vyavaharikam is also avidyajanyam. Pratibhasikam is also avidyajanyam. Projected reality is also born out of ignorance only, mula vidya only. Vyavaharikam waking state is also born out of mula vidya only, avidya only. Avidya or mula vidya. But in vyavaharikam there is no nidra dosha. Now I am talking, you are listening. There is no nidra dosha. You are not sleeping, I am not sleeping. That's why it is called vyavaharikam. Today night when we go to sleep, that nidra dosha, avidya also, of course, is there. Avidya is anad, it is coming from beginningless time. So dosha, avidya is there, but doshantara sahakrita vidya. There is another thing is there along with avidya, that is nidra dosha. Nidra dosha janyam. What is pratibhasikam? So dvitiya shanka samadhanam. This is the answer for second question. Now I will read. What is that answer? Yaduktam jagrat swapno samanavaviti stanna jagrati dehadi padarthanam utpattau दोषांतरा सहकृत केवल विद्योपादान कारणम स्वप्न पदार्थानाम उत्पत्तौ सादि निद्रादि दोष सहिता विद्या कारणमिति विशेषोस्ति तस्मादन्य दोषरहित केवल विद्याजन्यं व्यावहारिकम्. What he said in the Pratigna, the heading is called Pratigna. Doshantara sahakrita avidya matra janyam vyavaharikam, he is explaining now. What he said in 2 words, now he is telling in many words, that's all. Explaining or elaborating description of vyavaharika. Yaduktam, what is said? What is said? Jagrat swapnau samanau iti. Jagrat and swapna both are one and the same. What is said is not correct. It is not correct. Tat na, tan na, tan na. Then what is that? There is a difference between Jagrat and Swapna. What is the difference? Jagrati in Jagrata Avastha, Sati Saptami. Jagrati, Satyam. When Jagrata Avastha, you are in that Jagrata Avastha, Dehadi Vishayan Utpattau. All Vishayas, objects, body, I am interacting with the world, car, house, so many objects. Deha, Adipadat, all Vishayas, etc. Dehadi Padarthan. Padarthan means objects. Padarthan, Utpattau, creation, relation with the objects. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Shabda Vishaya, Rupa Vishaya, Gandha Vishaya, Padarthas are there. Doshantara asahakrita. Nidra dosha is not there in Jagrata Avastha. All this we know, but in this language, the words we do not know. In waking state, we are interacting, you are having book in front of you, you are having phone or desktop or some iPad, something is there. That is called padartha. Therefore, are you sleeping? No one. Doshantara asahakrita. Nidra dosha is not there for you also, for me also. If Nidra dosha is there for both of us, I cannot speak, you cannot listen also. So doshantara asahakrita. Then what is there? Kevala avidya upadana karana. Avidya alone is there, ignorance alone is there. Mula vidya, maya alone is there. Swapna padarthanam utpattau. But when you are generating the for Jagrat padarthanam utpattau, no nidra. All padarthas and avidya janyam. Then swapna, it is also avidya janyam, but there is swapna janya nidra dosha is there. Swapna padarthana utpattau, when you are generating the dream objects. Sadi, sadi means beginning. It has got a beginning and sadi and anta also. Sadi nidra dosha sahita vidya. That ignorance which is endowed with, associated with, sahita means associated with. This is the revised Trividha Sattavada. This is revised Trividha Sattavada. Nidradi dosha, dosha sahita. Nidradi dosha sahita avidya. Ignorance along with nidra. Karanam, that is the cause for our dream. Why you are getting a dream? Because nidra comes, dream comes. Avidya, of course, it is there. Avidya is the adhishtanam. Nidra, a dosha is there. Karanam iti. Visheshaha asti. In Pratibhasika Satyam, that is the Visheshaha. Nidra dosha upadana karanam swapna padarthanam utpattau sadi nidradi dosha sahita avidya karanamiti visheshaha asti. Tasmat, therefore, अन्य दोष रहित केवल अविद्याजन्यम व्यावहारिक. अन्य दोषा मीन्स निद्रा दोषा एक्सेट्रा, वेर दे आर नॉट देयर, रहित विथ नॉट देयर, केवल अविद्या, ओनली अविद्या, ओनली अविद्या, that which is generated, janyam, born out of only ignorance is vyavaharika. What is that? Now you and I are in Vyavaharikam state. Vyavaharika state means this is the relative order of reality. You are thinking this is real. Whole world is real. Vyavaharikam is real. Nobody is telling this world is mithya. Only Jnani, the Guru knows. But Sishyas do not know, suppose. Suppose they do not know. So then why they do not know? Because avidya is there. Kevala avidya is there. Kevala avidya. That is why in Kathopanishad, Yamadharmaraja tells to Nachiketas, Uttishtata Jagratana. Wake up to your real nature. Jagrata. Uttishtata. I am in waking state only. Why to wake up? This waking up is not real waking up. When you wake up to your Paramarthika, Chaitanya, Satya, Nitya, Buddha, Mukta Swarupam, that is real waking up. Therefore, all Vyavahara, people who are all in waking state also as good as sleeping only. Sleeping only. But nobody will accept for that. If you accept or not, Shastra says, all ajnanis are in slumber. Slumber means sleep. All ajnanis, atma ajnanis are in sleep. Sleep like sleep. Okay. That is the idea. Here, avidyajanyam vyavaharikam. So, vyavahara, you talking vyavaharika world, waking world, real. My dear, this is only because of your ignorance. Vyavaharika. Next. Sadi dosha sahakrita vidyajanyam pratibhasikam swapna padarthaha nidra dosha sahakrita vidyajanyatvat pratibhasika bhavanti. Jagrat padarthaha doshantara rahita kevala vidyajanyatvat व्यावहारिका भवन्ति. इत्थं स्वप्न पदार्थानां जाग्रत् पदार्थेभ्यः वैलक्षण्यं दृश्यते. Simple, you understand. Same thing he is further clarifying. Sadi dosha sahakrita vidyajanyam pratibhasikam. What he said in the heading, doshantara sahakrita vidyajanyam pratibhasikamiti, that he is explaining now. So pratibhasikam, projected reality, is that it has got sadi dosha, it has got a beginning along with the dosha sahakrita, nidra dosha sahakrita, nidra dosha along with the sleep. When you go to sleep only, you get the dream, which is dream is nothing but projected reality or subjective reality. That is, therefore, sahakrita and avidya also is there. That avidya janyam, Along with ignorance, Nidra also included. Therefore, they have beginning. Sadi means it has got a beginning. Everyday dream has got beginning or not? It has got a beginning. Ignorance of your waking state is there. Therefore, avidyajanyam pratibhasikam. It is a projected reality. Swapna padartha, dream objects, nidradi dosha sahakrita, they are endowed with nidra dosha. That is why you got dream. If nidra dosha is not there, dream won't come. Therefore, nidra dosha sahakrita. Sahakrita means along with. What is there along with? Avidyajanyatva. They are also born out of avidya only, ignorance only. Pratibhasika bhavanti. They are only projected. They are not real like vyavaharika objects. They are much less real than waking state. So in Trividha Sattavada he has to establish. Therefore, Pratibhasikam is a lower order of reality than compared to Vyavaharika Satyam. So, Bhavanti, Jagrat Padarthaha, whereas waking world objects are dosha antarrahita, another dosha is not there, Nidra dosha is not there, Kevala Avidya Janyam, they are born out of Kevala Avidya, Maya alone. Tvat Vyavaharika bhavanti. They are called Vyavaharika. Now we are in Vyavaharika. Nidra dosha is not there. Only avidya is there. As long as avidya is there, you take up this world as real. As long as he is in the dream, dream world is real for a dreamer. Dream world is not a dream for a dreamer in the dream. Okay? Dream world is not a dream for a dreamer in the dream. If it is not a dream, it is not unreal, then what it is? It is Vyavaharikam for a dreamer. So avidya is there. Similarly, for Vyavaharikam also, it is a side point. It is not said here, I am telling. Vyavaharika also, for a waker, waking world is not real, is not unreal as long as he is in waking state. Waking state means when he is giving reality to the waking state. Okay. Bhavanti. Itham, in this manner, Swapna Padarthanam, Jagrat Padarthebhyaha Vailakshanyam. In this manner, there is a difference between Vailakshanyam means distinctness, difference between what? Dream objects and waking world objects. There is a difference. Idam tu sarvam satta traividhye angikritya sthula drishtya uktam vicharyamane tu satta traividhyam na sangachyate jagrat swapnayorapi parasparam vailakshanyam api na siddhyati. This is like a big bomb blasting. Nichaladasa says, idam tu. This is whatever said, Vyavaharika is different because it is not having Nidra dosha. Swapna is different, it is Pratibhasikam, it has got a Avidya plus Nidra dosha. All this idam tu, whatever is said, sarvam satta traividhyam. To talk about Paramarthika Satyam, Vyavaharika Satyam, Pratibhasika Satyam, Angikritya. By accepting the author of this, Nischaladasa is voting for Angikritya, Sthula Drishtya Muktam. For a gross-minded people only, this is. For a gross-minded people, Trividha Satta, Angikarana. Vicharyamani. But Sukshma Buddhi, those who are having subtle intellect, really speaking, if you thought of, think properly, you cannot talk about superior mithya and inferior mithya. Vyavaharikam is superior mithya, pratibhasikam is inferior mithya. Can you say that? Mithya is mithya. So Nischala says, Vicharyamanetu Satra Taividhyam na Sangachati. Really speaking, but this is not acceptable to all people. Not acceptable, not swallowable. Na Sangachati. But Trividha Satta is not possible, really speaking. Then what are there? Jagra Swapnayorapi, waking state and dream state both are Parasparam. Vailakshanyamapi, even the difference is also na siddhyati. If you go for further and further subtle analysis, threadbare analysis, Vyavaharika and Pratibhasikam won't have any distinction. That we saw already in fourth chapter. Fourth chapter. Care of my classes either in YouTube or Vichara Sagara, you can listen. New students. We are in sixth chapter. Almost 3/4 of Vichara Sagara I have completed. So those are interested, they can listen from the beginning of Vichara Sagara. You get more clarity. They are available in YouTube also, available in website too, that is .in. SWAMINI SATYAVRATANANDA.in is available. Why I am telling all this Vyavaharika Satyam, Pratibhasika Satyam, both are not really different, they are one and the same. Means what? Pratibhasikam only. If that Pratibhasikam, if you say you are coming to what Satta? Dvividha Satta. So Dvividha Satta, Trividha Satta. For gross-minded, I told you already, this Trividha Satta is only until you come to Mahavakya. Once you come to Mahavakya, the Dvividha Satta is different. Even Satta, Dvividha also goes away when you come to Mahavakya. So until you come to Mahavakya, hold on to Trividha Satta for learning purpose. For understanding slowly, gradually, one can swallow, one can accept finally. But Nischala Dasa, authentic works written by Pramana Grandheshu, but all Pramana Grandhas, authentic works are talking about Trividha Satta only. What are they? He is going to say those Trividha Sattavada Pramana Grandhas in the 329 and 330. I will read this portion. So Satta Dvayam eva Paramarthikam and Pratibhasikam. There are only two. Vyavaharikam is as good as Pratibhasikam. Only Satta Dvayam eva. One is Paramarthika Satyam, another is Pratibhasika Satyam. With this, that questions answer over. Again, Akshepaha is coming. Pramana Grandhesu Satta Traividhya Muktamityakshepah. Now, Nischala Dasa concluded, Vicharyamane tu Satta Traividhyam na Sangachate. Really speaking, if you analyze, do further analysis, there are no three Satta, no three orders of reality. One of my Guru Purnima talk long ago, orders of reality, I have given the talk. You can listen, available in my website, number1.org. You can listen. Maybe on decades, on 15 years back, I might have given. Now he says, Pramana Grandhesu, authentic works written by, Purvapakshi is asking, there are some authentic works, books are written by great acharyas. Satta Traividhyam, there are three types of Satta. Satta means reality. Paramarthika, Vyavaharika, Pratibhasika. Satta Traividhyam means three types of realities. Uktam, Traividyam plus uktam traividyamuktam iti akshepaha. Your objection, your honor. You are talking about two orders of reality, but many acharyas given three orders of reality. Therefore, what he is explaining, who are they? Who are those acharyas? Who wrote? What are those books? I will read. Vedanta paribhashadhigrandheshu पूर्वोक्तरीत्या व्यावहारिक प्रातिभासिक पदार्थयोः भेदो न निरूपितः तस्मात् तैः सत्ता त्रैविध्यमङ्गीकृतं तथैव विद्यारण्यस्वामिरपि सत्ता त्रैविध्यम् अभ्युपेतम् एवं हि तैरुक्तं देहादिपदार्था द्विप्रकाराः बाह्या अभ्यन्तराश्च इति तत्रय ईश्वरसृष्टा बाह्याः जीवसङ्कल्पकृता मनोमया अन्तराः तत्र जीवसङ्कल्परचिता मनोमया अन्तरा साक्षिभास्याः ईश्वरसृष्टा बाह्या प्रमातृप्रमाणगोचराः. Up to here I will explain. Those texts are popular Vedantic texts are Vedanta Paribhasha. Vedanta Paribhasha we saw in my Tinagar class. I talk about Vedanta Paribhasha, the text. It is elaboration of Tattvabodha. Tattvabodha is really very shortcut. If you want to understand Tattvabodha more elaborately, go to Vedanta Paribhasha. Vedanta Paribhasha. So Vedanta Paribhasha, Vedanta Sara, what I took is Vedanta Sara. This is Vedanta Paribhasha, I have not taken, but it is a technical grantha, Vedanta Paribhasha. Dharmaraja Yatindra wrote this. I have done separately, I studied this text from a Pandits. 2 times I have done this Vedanta Paribhasha, full and full of technical terms, explanation comes. Purvoktaritya, as said above, Vyavaharika, Pratibhasika difference. One is Nidra Sahita, Dosha Sahita, Avidya Janyam, another is Nidra, Nidra Rahita, Nidra Dosha Rahita, Avidya Janyam, differentiated. That whatever is said above, that Padarthayo Bedha. Swapna Padartha is different from Jagrat Padartha. Nirupitaha, as said above in Vedanta Grantha, Paribhasha also, it is proved. Tasmat, therefore, Taihi, though by those acharyas in their granthas, even Vidyaranya, Satta Taividyam Angikritam, Tatha eva Vidyaranya Swamina Bhirapi. Panchadashi Granthakarta, Vidyaranya Swami also, in his 4th chapter, he talks about Satta Traividyam Abhyupetam. There are 3 types of realities are there in Panchadashi. 3 orders of realities are accepted. Angikritam. Abhyupetam means accepted. Evam hi, in this manner, Tairuktam, whatever is said by them, Dehadi Padarthaha Dviprakaраha. The bodies in Vyavaharika world, the bodies born in dream world, both are different. Dviprakaраha. Panchadashi is summarizing now here. 4th chapter summary almost. What are they? Bahya Abhyantara cha iti. Bahya means inside, Bahya means external, Antara means internal. So, Tatra Ishvara Srishta Bahyaha. What are all created by Ishvara? They are called external, outside. They are called Vyavaharikam. What are all projected by the Jiva, the individual in his dream? They are all inside. They are called Jiva Srishtaha. This is the topic Panchadashi Kera, fourth chapter. If you are interested, you go back to my website or YouTube. So all I have discussed a lot in my Panchadashi classes. More in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.